Hi, I'm Sui. I'm a small artist that makes fan art and my own original art. And for this video, I'm gonna yap about creativity burnout, its causes with a sprinkle of tea and lore, and how I remedy said creativity burnout, including how I wished I handled them better in the past as a person who is learning and growing. I'm not gonna sit here and give advice on how to chase it away because this is more like a rant, a ramble, if you will. Oh, and please enjoy the compilation of the time-lapse videos of the stuff I made in the past. So, creativity burnout. Everyone gets it. I get it for a certain period of time and it drives me mad. I know that forcing myself to make something while taking a break is as bad as forcing myself to finish an art while in the early stages of a burnout. It's bad, I know. And I hate myself for creativity burnout. Every artist gets them, maybe in the literary side of things or the music side of things. Creativity burnout is bound to catch up to us and get us if we don't take a break, like relax and rest and stress about finishing our craft. My burnouts, as I've already noticed, have been, at times when a lot of changes are happening with my life, like when routines aren't the same anymore, or when eating patterns change, or when my life starts to get really serious and I have driven myself to a very metaphorically claustrophobic area and it gives me a hard time to think and make decisions without asking what other people would do. But anyway, I went through at least 4 major creativity burnouts that stuck with me up to now and had impacted how my art had changed within my years of making art for fun. One was like late 2019 to 2020. Another was in 2021. The next was in late 2022. And the latest is like in the present, like today. I could say that it happened like around 2024. By the time this video is out, I think I'm going to talk about the most recent one also. So, like, let's get into it. In 2019 to 2020, for the lockdown, I got extreme creativity burnout because I was affected by how my friend group at the time was falling apart. You could say it caused me serious emotional damage and attachment issues. This isn't in the script, but like, I want to talk about it. We were a friend group of 5, so there were like 4 girls in that friend group and 1 guy. We were in senior high, by the way. So this is gonna sound like petty drama because it is petty drama. So at the time, friend group of 5, right? So there was 1 guy and 1 girl. They started dating, and it was all cute. It was all fun and games and all that shit. But then things got really toxic quickly. Like I said, everything was fun and games. They were dating. They started dating. We were fully supportive of them, by the way. But the girl in the relationship was like, she was really physical with our boy friend, and like, she would pinch him, she would hit him when he would just simply look at another girl's way or just simply talk to them. And she got really possessive and really jealous. There was even a point where she started getting jealous of us girls who weren't even really interested in her boyfriend at the time. And our friend group was just starting to feel really awkward and suffocating. And, it wasn't really helping with my creativity because, like, I'd show them my art. But then this girl would also try to upstage me, and it wasn't just like me being paranoid. I thought I was being paranoid, but then you could notice she had this certain glint in her eyes. Like whenever I showed my digital art, the next day she would show up with something that she drew, but was clearly traced. Now I have nothing against traced art, but like other people being convinced that she drew them and didn't trace them. I know what traced stuff looks, by the way. Again, I have nothing against traced art as long as it's for learning purposes and for muscle memory. training, but like she would trace these pictures and then would claim that she made them. And I don't know. I don't know what she was up to. I don't know what she was getting at the time. I didn't really want to talk to her anymore because like she was, I wouldn't want to say crazy, but like she was hard to approach already at the time since she was already a jealous girlfriend and also really possessive with our boy best friend in that group. So like everything was really straining in that group. And then slowly over time, like in the second semester of high school, we like started to grow apart. I My mental health started to like get affected by that friend group because like um they weren't the only reason why I ever attend school. So like I started like skipping classes, cutting classes, and then yeah, my creativity just like deteriorated along with the friend group. But the other two girls, I don't really have any beef with them. We're not talking now because like we're busy with our getting our shit together with our lives. So yeah, at the time, whew, I guess the way I remedied my burnout at the time was like I listened to a lot of music, explored a lot of other hobbies like songwriting, listening to songs, analyzing like the lyrics, understanding the meaning behind lyrics and all. I was really into Chase Atlantic at the time, so like I listened to a lot of them. And, like I distracted myself that from the terrible things that that friend group had caused me mentally. And so like I wish, I guess the only thing I wished I did to prevent um, from the creativity burnout from happening was like distance myself more instead of enduring the terrible things that I've been seeing and got involved with, because like I would understand my high school self too, because like I cling so much with the familiarity and for the sake of keeping the group together, but like I clearly saw that it wasn't going to be back as it was. So like I wished I kind of like didn't get involved as much, and I wished that like I didn't. I would say I wish that to prevent the burnout, I could have like avoided them, still hung out with them, but like not as much as before. So yeah. So in 2021, I kind of lost sight of my idea of being an artist because in that year the pandemic already had started. It was locked down. Everyone was staying indoors, and the only thing that I could connect with people was online, right? So back then, I kind of lost sight of my idea of being an artist, as I said before, because I saw myself as this creature that made art for the external validation. I get it. I get it. Everyone has their own motivations, but like this had nothing like this had nothing to do with my goals and ideals at the time. And also, again, this has nothing to do against people who do it for that purpose. I don't care what your purpose in doing art and drawing is for external validation, for internal validation, or whatever the heck. But like, I just felt like it wasn't me anymore. I made art because it's fun, and I didn't need anyone's approval and validation aside from my own. That I could like see my own goals, see my own improvement, and not like have to need people that were like validating me so that I could validate myself. I lost like my sense of self-worth at the time because like I was really hungry for external validation to the point that I myself became the monster that I was afraid of becoming a year before, because like in the past year 2020, I was afraid of becoming like that one friend that traced art, just so sh- so she could have like external validation as much I was getting. So like I guess I traced a lot of bass and like didn't credit the artists that made those basses, and like the way I traced them was like every line, every single detail, every single stroke, I literally traced them. And like it was very very obvious, but then I kept denying and denying and denying and denying that they weren't traced. And so I wouldn't like get called out, but still I got called out anyway. And then I had to like stop completely for like a few months because I felt really guilty, and I had to like self reflect on what I really wanted to do with my art. And I guess the way I remedied it, that's how I basically remedied it. I had to self isolate, review what I did wrong, which was like tracing and claiming that it was my art completely and it was my idea without really crediting the basis or showing the references that I was tracing. And like, I wish that I accepted being called out and being criticized for good reason, by the way. I guess I wasn't really in the right headspace because, you know, but like right now, thanks to like the idea of tracing, no one said I can't trace my own art, my own sketches. So like I like that method was like useful to me right now because literally I would sketch something in my notebooks and then scan them, and then I could like basically trace over them and finalize my drawings, which is actually fun. In 2022, I guess, it was one of the hardest times for me because, like, I'm not gonna say anything in detail, but like, I'll just give you the general vision of the situation I got into. My mom got into an accident which led to her like knee getting fractured, so she needed surgery. And while she waited for her turn to get operated on, I had to be there for her, so there wasn't much drawing that I had done because my mom needed my full care and attention. Also, my art style back then was admittedly um, gorgeous. I just hated how much physical pain and emotional exhaustion it caused me. I don't know. Maybe it was because I was forcing myself to like keep drawing despite like the physical pain I was in and despite feeling really, really sleepy and undermotivated. Undermotivated? Is that even a word? Anyway, um, so like yeah, so months after my mom got operated on and discharged, I went on a really, 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 really long hiatus. So like this hiatus was um like I said, it was really long. My minimum span time for a hiatus was like 3 weeks, but this one took me like 5, almost 6 months. So probably yeah, almost half a year, and it was insane. I was scared that I lost my spark and would like continue to like not draw or create at all. But like I picked it back up. I guess the way I tried to spark it was like watching shows that I didn't watch before. Like at the time, I was watching The Owl House, which was really helpful. It was like a cute little cartoon with this girl who went to like another realm full of magic and witches. It was like everything she ever dreamed of. It's basically an cartoon, but it was so fun to watch. And along with that, I was also watching Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, if you don't know that show, get out of here. No, really. So yeah, like since then I started making fan art. I wasn't making much fan art for like the Owl House because like rounds. I guess at the time round shapes weren't really my thing. And then in comparison to Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the art style was very funky. You know, there was full of straight lines and angles and all that stuff. And like the line art wasn't really clean, so like I had to go at it. And I remember promising to myself that I would just make one fan art with my little brother in it, but like I continued to make more, and since then, I kept making Ninja Turtle fan art. I'm still making them now, and I'm still proud of them, and I'm glad that that show like sparked a huge create re- uh, uh, it sparked a huge return for my art journey. And yeah, that led to like 2024, late 2024. I guess it was August, I think August. Yeah, August. So in August, this is gonna sound stupid, but like I already saw the signs of me going into a burnout. So like slowly, I was taking a break from my current works in progress, and I wasn't really doing much art. And I so basically the way I my cycle works in creativity and making creativity output and creativity input is the cycle is draw, write, read, and watch. So it's either I draw fan art or self projects, or and then I write fan art and original projects, and then later I start reading webtoons and reading written works. Like aside from comics, I start to also read classic books or popular books, and then after that, I just like basically watch anything, movies, anime, cartoons, and so the cycle just continues. But like in 2024 August, the burnout just like sorta I saw it coming, but it came in faster because like I said, this is gonna sound stupid for you all, but like hear me out. I was in a like it was like in a group chat. And if you haven't heard of School Bus Graveyard, yeah, so basically School Bus Graveyard is like a horror comic about these teenagers who are like who get transported to like this dimension where there are like phantoms that are out to hunt them down at like every time the clock strikes 12 midnight. So there's that. You can look it up. Um, you can like pause this video and like look it up. I'm not gonna explain further. So like yeah, I was in a group chat for School Bus Graveyard. Everything was fine and all, but like my mental stability wasn't really stabilizing itself. You know, I was getting involved in a lot of drama, which I shouldn't have, which I could have avoided, which I could have de-escalated myself, but like me not being in a healthy state was like I it got affected. You know, so along August, not really August, but like late July, basically one of the members asked if I could make a banner for a Discord server because like that GC didn't really have a Discord server. And also before I proceed to talk about this, I don't blame anyone for how I got this burnout because like it was already incoming and I saw it already and I could have like declined the request, but like I the people pleaser in me just couldn't. So like back to the story. Someone asked me to make a banner and I said yes. And really it wasn't really one of my best works. And let me tell you, the instant dizziness, the paralyzing feeling followed by nausea was like insane. I thought I was being dramatic, but like remember when I said earlier that I don't like it when I force myself to finish a piece while I was having a creativity burnout incoming? I did it again. Man, I felt like I hit rock bottom. As soon as I finished it, everyone was giving me praises, comforting me, telling me I did great and that they're proud of me and that it was amazing. But like, if I didn't feel like I was validated, you know, okay, they find it nice, they find it pretty, they find it cool, but like, I felt terrible seeing that art. Like, I cringed every time I look at that art. Absolutely terrible. Like at the time I don't know what I was on, but like I didn't want praise, I didn't want any external praises. Heck no, I make art for myself, and the way these people didn't understand the gravity of the situation, I gave up. But like naturally they're not artists, so like completely of course they wouldn't get it. They're not artists, like I said. The problem wasn't because I couldn't accept that I made something good. I know it's good, but not like the type of good that I could really say I could really say that I worked hard on it and really thought about it. and made sure that it looked good, but like it didn't really look good for me at least. I made the piece for other people because they asked me to do it. The problem was that I couldn't really see anything that says it was me who made it. Like it felt like someone else made it. Like something possessed me to make it. I was at the time I was talking about how frustrated I felt when these non-artists didn't understand the weight of how frustrated I was. And I talked about this to my friends who are artists, and then I'm not sure what it was for word for word, but he said, "I believe that no matter how beautiful an art piece is to an audience, the artist will not see the beauty in it because the artist knows how much thought and love they put into it." And I can't agree more. So like the way I coped with that was I didn't give up on myself naturally. So like of course I went down on a spiral, but like everything got a little better with the help of a new wave of new music and new comics to read and new animes to watch and new shows to like consume. It was fine later on, and then you wouldn't know if you would believe me how relieved I felt when I deleted that art, like and pretended like I didn't make anything like that. So yeah, I wished at the time when they asked me to do the banner, I could have told them that I'm in a creativity burnout and I'd feel really, really terrible if I started making art while knowing that I couldn't create and it wouldn't turn out the way I wanted to be. So yeah. Um. So my latest burnout, which is like this year, 2025, around February, I think. I don't think I know. The way my creativity burnout was affected was from the friend group I was in. So like I was in this group chat for like 3 years. It was really noisy. It was really alive. Everyone supported each other. But then lately, I didn't feel like I belonged in that GC. And then like I don't feel like yeah. I felt out of place. Really, really out of place. Like when they would. You have you like if you experienced chatting in a very very active GC and then everyone goes quiet and like it leaves you on red and you feel terrible, you'll know what the feeling is. So like it was like that. I was trying to be very understanding that everyone was busy and didn't have the time for my yapping because like that GC was like my safe place to like yap about the things that I love, like Vox Machina, Ninja Turtles, anything Ninja Turtles related um, that I had in my knowledge, and anything that was like that I was watching, anime, movies, books, comics. So like yeah, they were a really healthy support system for me. But then a little later, everyone just like had their own things to deal with, as well as I did, and it was really painful that um, no one was there to like help me because like asking for help was like my last option. And this is gonna sound dramatic, but like this is gonna be this is gonna sound really dramatic to people who can't relate. But like I attempted to like um, self exit, and I survived. Clearly, I'm here today. So, and I told them vaguely because I didn't want to trigger anyone because most of us are like trying to get by or kind of like at that like at that phase. I don't know if it's a phase or not. At this point, I'm just blurting out words, but yeah. I vaguely told them about what happened to me, why I'm at the hospital, why I can't send voice messages, and that my neck hurts. And I don't know if they were shocked or just didn't care, but like no one asked if I was okay. No one asked if I needed someone to talk to. No one, in general, no one really. I felt like no one really cared. And I think that was like the last straw. And I, uh, I left that GC. And recently I reached out to one of the members and told them that Like, I wanted, I'm not going to go back. And there was a part of me that hoped that they want to talk me into like staying or going back, but like they didn't. So like, I guess that was the end of it. And yeah, like the way I coped with all of that happening. Yeah, this happened like this year. A lot happened, and it's not even the and March just began. Like, you know, so like all of that happened in the span of January. By the way, by February, I think no. I think by February I was already out of that GC. No one noticed that I left. I guess no one really cared if I go back. No one really reached out and asked if I was okay because like I'm trying to be like understanding and giving everyone the benefit of the doubt because like everyone was already starting their like adult life, and like I know this is like me asking like it's I know this is like me asking for too much, but like we were friends and I tried to be there for everyone. I tried to be comforting. I tried to make them laugh. I tried to make them smile. I tried to comfort them. I tried to give them advice when they needed it most, but like they couldn't do the same for me, and I was disappointed. But anyway, I now surround myself with a group of people who are there to support me and who are there to listen to me yap and let me yap with them. So they're a pretty comforting group of friends. I really like these people, and I hope that we all stay friends because I wouldn't I wouldn't know what to do if I can't surround myself with people that are good influences to me and that could make me smile. So like I guess the way I wished I could have remedied that problem of having like the feeling of being unsafe. I wished I left sooner. I wished I put my foot down and tried to communicate more, even though it would probably end up in a dispute and in us fighting. I guess like I just wished they fought for it as much as I fought for the friendship. But now I'm already in good hands and I am grateful for them being there for me, and I hope that this friendship lasts and nothing like what happened in the past will happen to me again. Because like I don't want it to be a cycle. I actually want change. So yeah. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell any advice, but like if you want advice and if you reached this far and listening to the tea and the drama that I got myself into and that affected my creativity burnout, I would say that do what you love, listen to good music, surround yourself with people that you feel safe around with, and that you wouldn't have a second thought that would make you think that they wouldn't give you attention or validation. And yeah, don't forget to like rest. Like, you don't have to rush in finishing your art or your craft. It takes time and patience. So, like, you don't really have to rush. There's still time. And if you give yourself time, then the results are going to be a lot more worth it. Again, this is Sui. Thanks for sticking with me this long. I don't know if anyone's gonna give this like light of day, but like I just want to try. So yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next one. Bye.